Welcome back to Just Right. So I would like to talk to you about things that you do that could be a mistake in your presentation in your book. So let's get right to it, because I think that this is one of those topics that is most important. So we got to jump on it. Did you catch that? What I'm really going to talk to you about is repetitive statements, things that you say that you don't realize that you say over and over and over again. So I chose so because I know I say that word a lot, but I have another YouTube channel, and on that YouTube channel I often have to stop and start different topics because I review product, and oftentimes when I start I'll say so da 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 da, then I'll start over so. And so what I end up having to do now, the word so is sticking out, but what I end up having to do is chop off so, because I got this other word that I'm going to say. When you're writing a book, you're going to learn what phrases, things you start sentences off with, or you start a thought off with, and you're going to need to learn how to change that pattern, because people will notice it. It's kind of like when someone says former President Obama used to always say then he would do that long pause. He's thinking, and I get it, but he would say to fill in that blank space, to actually to think, or sometimes people do it as a mechanism in their speech, but people actually do it when they write. And so that will come out of you when you're writing. Man, how many times have I said so in this video? And I don't mean to, but it's just one of those words that I use, and I use it a lot. And so I've learned to, therefore, I've learned to, when I'm writing, to choose other words to protect myself from being caught in that trick bag of saying the same word so, or here's another one I hear all the time. At the end of the day, because at the end of the day, I purposefully have taught myself to never use that phrase in conversation, because at the end of the day, it's just one of those things that gets on my nerves. And usually people that say it are saying it for emphasis. And it becomes a thing where you start counting. How many times did they say, how many times did they say at the end of the day? How many times, what is it, the phrase? Does it come out in your writing? Go back through your manuscript and look your manuscript over. And usually your editor or proofreader will catch that and start changing those things, because you may not even realize it. I just learned throughout the process of writing and editing, publishing, to go back and just look for it as I'm writing. And I'm like, how many times did I say whatever that phrase is? Can I use a different word right here to start that thought? Is there something else that can be said? Because if you don't, people will judge your entire book, your entire manuscript, everything. They'll talk, they will say the story is XYZ, but that thing that you do, that whatever it is, will become a trivia question later on, simply because you didn't pay attention to it. So watch out for repetitive phrases. Watch out for those little nuances in your daily conversation that show up. You don't even realize it until it starts to show up in your writing. Some people catch themselves in there. I've heard people say, man, I gotta stop saying at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, it's not necessary to be said. It's really not. You don't have to say those things. You just need to work it into your writing, or maybe even also work it into your actual speech when your talking pattern. How many times do you say a lot? I'm not a person, but there are phrases, things that I say that I'm like, why am I saying that? Stop, Keith, stop. So make certain that you go back and check your manuscript for repetitive statements, so that you don't become the next meme. Every time he says so, we're gonna take a drink. You don't want to be that guy. Check those repetitive statements, remove them from your manuscript, so that your book flows freely without any of those goofy little quirks. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Just Right. On this channel, I like to give bite-sized nuggets that you can get to and get on with your day, because the whole purpose of this is for you to just write. If you like these small bite-sized bites or bits, then do me a favor, click the thumbs up button and also consider subscribing to the channel. If you know anyone that needs this information, please share this video anywhere you want. Now, you can also go down into the description and find out all of my other links to all of my books or anything else that might be down there that might intrigue you based on the video that you're watching. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in to Just Write, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.